There's always a problem when you're doing anything that's starting to wander into fantasy or science fiction, that you can lose an audience. So you can go too far, and particularly The Lost Thing is kind of a funny story and it's got a quirky atmosphere. You can have this problem that it becomes too quirky or too kooky, and that can distance a lot of the readers who you're trying to attract, including myself. On the other hand, if everything's too ordinary, people stop paying attention to some extent. They stop asking questions about what's going on in each scene or with each image, or what creatures or people or the systems of bureaucracy really are. So for instance, if you made the Federal Department of Odds and Ends too much like the Australian Tax Office, like literally, people would just look at it and your mind just skims over the surface because you always recognise too much. Whereas if you make it a little bit weird and you exaggerate some features, suddenly people realise the slight absurdity of some bureaucratic processes. So you're trying to turn the dial up a little bit, but at the same time not go too far that it becomes too opaque and people can't understand what's going on. So that's quite a trick. And I think most of my life as an illustrator and a writer is trying to find that nice balance. So there's a fairly easy entry point, you understand what's going on, but then you ask a lot of questions about the circumstances, and hopefully those evolve into philosophical questions about story and character, and ultimately reflect back on your own life and the environment that you're actually living in.